Good morning, folks. Real quick, I just want to say thank you. I'm starting to watch videos. I'm going to watch some more. And I think I want to focus on watching a little bit and catching up with people. I just started watching Henry to the Boy Ellis. Really sorry to hear about Grandma. Blessings to you. But I do want to just speak right quick because, again, I start watching and then I want to talk more than I want to watch. But I do plan to catch up catch up with you and several other people. Some of you folks, I just love you like family. I do. I want to thank you all for sharing your thoughts with me. Um, I appreciate the knowing I'm speaking directly from experience. So as I always say, I'm only telling it from what I know, but you folks are letting me know that, I speak for others as well, and that some of the things I'm saying are, it's appreciated that they're being stated. Some people it may be helpful. I completely reject I won't say your name. No, I'm not bisexual, okay? I'm a human being, okay? I am above and beyond that label. And it's a good thing that we mainly live in our minds, because I don't have to live in someone else's mind who wants to label me. It's taken me most of my life to break free of that. I have been so miserable most of my life because of concern about what others thought of me, like many people, like many of the kids who are committing suicide. Probably someone's going to commit suicide today because they're so miserable because of the way they're being treated by others. I'm glad that I'm awake and free, and that I know better, that you can label me to yourself, but I am not what you think I am. I am what I am. And that's the main only thing. It's not a problem. I'm just stating, okay? You can label if you want to. I don't. I am not what you label me. I know that this is supposed to be no. This is Derek's channel, and a lot of you folks discovered me through the vinyl community. But it's pretty obvious that Dereck, is a whole person. How I have a lot of things to say. So if you're watching, then it's cool. So I'll just continue for a few more minutes here. Yeah, the total scope of human nature is that there is the divine to the reprehensible. And so there will always be hate and destruction and that and that behavior. I won't say that it's good or bad. I will just say that it's unfortunate because people hurt. And I guess it sickens me that mankind takes so much pleasure in the pain of others, because there's just a lot of it going around. And, you know, it's just real obvious when in people's motivations and what they say and what they do, what they're trying to bring to you. Um, it's very obvious here. I'm not trying to bring any sort of pain to anyone. So it's just vexing and perplexing that, just I have to deal with it like everyone else. People trying to bring pain to me. I've had my fair share. It's why does someone want to bring pain to me? I just have no idea. I certainly didn't bring none to you, but it goes on, and I'm just gonna just deal with this the best I can. You know what I'm saying? I'm just expressing, what I know. I think it's helpful. I do. And so folks that don't agree with me, that's fine. But folks that try to attack me, um, your motivation is really, really, really obvious. It's a shame that it has to happen, but it's real obvious that I'm not responsible, you know, I may be the target, but I'm not responsible, and that is just very clear to me. And I'm, in my words here, attempting to hopefully make that clear to some of you other folks, that all I'm doing is sharing my thoughts and feelings and my loves, mainly music. I mean no ill will to anyone. I express my opinion strongly. It doesn't mean that I am not open to others' opinions. I can see where maybe some of you think that that's what I'm saying, because I'm so opinionated that I don't want to hear yours. That isn't what I mean. I just know. I always say it too. I'm willing to learn, but my opinion is strong. It's based on my experience, so that's why it's so strong. So, you know, if me saying that somehow upsets you, pricks you, makes you mad, that's not what I mean. Yeah, here's another video where I'm not really hardly talking about music, but something, I think this is quite appropriate. I'll say it again. I'm sure I've lost quite a few VC members who don't watch me anymore. I'm really okay with that, because I got to stay true to what's working for me, and this is what I need to do. This is what I need to do, and this is my way of keeping it real. So, I reject labels, and it feels like an unloving, unwelcoming gesture to, after all I've said, to come back and make such a comment. That's how it feels. If that's not what you meant, then you can let me know. But I'm living. I'm doing a Lou Reed. I'm growing up in public. And you, my friend, your comment about Lou, I hope it was a joke, because there's nothing, from my personal experience, there's nothing funny about homophobia. I've personally been hurt by it, You know what I'm saying? Just trying to be a whole person. I'm just not, I refuse. I refuse to take on a label. I'm a human being, okay? All right? I'm going to say it again. You folks that insist upon using labels, I'm going to say it. I think that you have something to learn. Those labels hurt more than they help. I think that that's my experience. I won't say that's my opinion, that's my experience. Labels, especially when it comes to people, hurt more than they help. Division, a lot of division. So today is Memorial Day in America, and this is a day that we commemorate those that have passed on from service in the war, and I honor those people. I hate war, and I am so sad that I think your name is Napalm 66 or Napalm something like that. You made the comment that man is barely out of the cave. You're so right. I abhor the fact that we resort to war still to this day, and that we actually have people who want to justify it. I just hate it. You know, you know, I was a conscientious objector. I just missed the draft, but I had to register, so I registered as a CO. You know, I live in America. I'm an American citizen, but to this day, depending on where I am and what I'm doing, depending on who I encounter, I have to deal with being perceived as a foreigner or an alien or something undesirable in my own country. I still experience this. I'm not carrying this from the 60s. This is still happening, dealing with people's ignorance and prejudice and fears. it still sucks being black in America, so this idea of me dying for this country, are you kidding me? I'll say what I said yesterday again. I live in a country where, the most esteemed, astute bodies of knowledge up until just a couple decades ago were still regarding black people as less than human. How am I supposed to respect what these people really say? They're talking about me. And any of you folks out there that are thinking, well, that's because you are, that's just laughable, I know you can think what you want, but, damn, people. Damn. I'm going to go a little bit further here, I really do appreciate the feedback, from you all as friends. I will mention a couple and more in particular. I just love Jen, music. I just can tell you're almost like family, your comment about, yes, shoes. Yeah, let's keep it real. It's like, you know, what we really are and what we're made of, and is just, it's a rainbow of stuff, Here's another point I've been wanting to bring up, and it escapes me, so let me see if I can get it in. One of the things that I was taught, in psychology that makes a lot of sense to me, and I ascribe to it, is the notion of black and white thinking versus, being reality oriented. And black and white thinking really is a trap that many of us fall into, either or. The cup is full or empty type of thinking. It's like reality is not black or white. It's not either good or just bad. It's everything in between, right? So if you follow me, what I'm saying is that when we try to think of things in terms of black and white, the picture becomes distorted because we automatically eliminate a lot of information that's really there by insisting on just pointing on the two extremes, the black and the white. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, saying that good guys wear white. And just the way that statement, the way that it suggests a whole reality to a lot of people, and what it's done to prejudice people's thinking about things. So what I'm trying to say here is that black and white thinking distorts reality. It hurts. Labels a lot of times reduce things to black or white. You're gay or you're straight. See, that's black and white thinking, and that's distorted. That's why I keep saying, no, I'm a human, okay? And my behavior may involve those two aspects, but there's other aspects too, There's a whole sweeping array. That's much more intelligent and reality-based than it's either this or that. You're either with me or you're against me. Those are things that we attempt to learn from. Those are things we think of as children when we don't have a more nuanced understanding of life. Okay? Now I want to go a little bit further with this black and white thing because I think it's very, very poisonous, and we've got a big problem with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, either you're a believer or you're not, and or let's go to politics now. Either you're a liberal or you're a conservative. Well, see right there, that's just crazy because that's a black and white definition of people. And you just eliminate just a whole lot of reality by saying either or. That's why the political system is broken and it's destined to fail. It can't fix because it's black and white. It's not based in reality. Just like a lot of religious thought is black and white. You know, you either believe or you don't. You either think like us or you don't. You either accept this as this is fact or you don't, you know. And it just sets up these divisions. And look at what the divisions have wrought and continue to wreak upon us, which is war, destruction, hate, fear, murder, rape, um, wholesale abuse of entire nations, you know, in the name of conquest, westernization, or whatever have you, or our way is better. Black and white thinking is distorted, and labels such as gay and straight is an example, in my mind, of black and white thinking, and is therefore distorted. It does not apply to me because I am not black and white. I'm real. So the labels, they don't fit. And I'll say this to, I won't say your name, I'll say this to you directly, personally, because you're probably watching me. If you insist on coming back at me with the label, well, that lets me know that you don't love me. And I don't know why. I think I do know why. Usually the reason why we don't love others is because we don't love ourselves, or we're in fear of something. All I'm doing is sitting here in my house making videos, talking. You know, I have given you no reason to dislike me or not love me. So to insist, you know, when I'm saying clearly that this is not how I see myself, if you were to come back and insist, oh, that's what you are, that's just more of that, what I call hateful, unloving behavior that is not helpful, and it's not welcome. And it's like, what is the purpose of that behavior beyond trying to foment unrest or destruction? I don't know what the, it certainly isn't helpful. So that's the last thing I want to say. Once you know, if you're still with me, I may actually talk about some music I watched yesterday, because I didn't play records. I watched video yesterday. But these other concerns, you know, I want to voice them. I know that a lot of you want to hear them, you know, whether you agree or not. And again, the idea is not trying to preach to a choir. The idea is to try to express these things that are on the mind, have been on my mind, and I have the opportunity to share these. Yeah, this is my personal soapbox. I'm using it. I've always wanted it. I've said it many times, you know. Use yours if you have the same kind of feeling as I do. Some of you do. You know, and I appreciate people that are willing to share. To the boy Ellis, Henry, I just really appreciate you, man. You're straight up front, talking about your life. You're real honest, you know. I just appreciate that so much. You know, you're an example of one of the people here I just vibe with deeply. And that's just the other fact of the matter, is that I like to get along with everyone, but we don't all vibe, you know. I can get along with you, but that doesn't mean I like you. You know, I can respect and understand that some people don't vibe with me and don't like me, you know. But I have the decency to treat you decently, even if I don't like some of your behavior. Mostly what it would be is not that I dislike you, but maybe I dislike some of your behavior, you know. But you as a person I love, you know. I hope that can be understood. I'm up here talking for 20 minutes again. I have, you know, I just gotta let this shit flow. I originally was for a minute trying to address that it's Memorial Day in America, and I think I said what I had to say, that I honor the vets. I wish that our country honored them. You know what I'm saying? I just really hate the bold-faced lie. It's like, here it is, Memorial Day, and let's remember those boys. But you know, I just bailed from the health system that treats our vets that are still living like they treat dogs but better than they treat the vets. See, it just doesn't make any sense to me. What is real here? What does this country really stand for? That's why I say the things I say. It's like so much of modern life is rubbish, as Blur says. So much of it is incongruent. That's why I won't go along with it. It's also why this popped in my head, because I love you all. Another person I vibe with, seriously, is you, Zach. I really appreciate you, man, and thank you for talking to me. I want to say this about you're sharing with me, because I appreciate it. I really feel it coming from you, like a real friend or a brother. Like you were saying, like don't cut yourself off because of political differences. You might miss out on opportunities to love. I respect that. But check this out. This is my perspective. This is how I'm operating. This is what it looks like to me. My experience of life is that we can love everyone. We can fall in love with anyone. That's my experience. I can fall in love with many times over every day. I can fall in love easily. And so, but I am, like I said, I'm slightly intolerant. I like being alone more than being with people. Some people like being surrounded with people, like a house full of people. No, I like this. I like this. And so consequently, it does make sense to me to pay attention to what I understand about my nature. That criteria is important to me. I don't want to live with someone who has ideas that I think are whack. I'll love them, but no, no. Um, I don't want to live with someone that wants to watch soap operas. I don't. No. I'm just being true to what I know about myself. That's all. I understand, and I think that's a pretty mature way to be, Zach, what you're saying. But there's enough people in this world that I don't have to try to be like that, because that ain't how I am. Some ideas really make me crazy. And I've worked with people and worked in human services enough to see that many relationships are destroyed, not because of money and stuff, but because people find out that they were attracted to each other, but they don't like each other. The more they get to know each other in their minds, it's like, I hate you. That's a criteria that's important to me. No, I'd like to like your mind as well as your body. So, because I can go on and on, but I don't want to. Yesterday, one of the things that I'm doing that I was hoping I wouldn't die before I could do, that I'm doing now that I'm retired, is I have a lot of little hobby things that I like to do. So one that I'm currently doing is I'm back to transferring my VHS music stuff to DVD. One of the nerdy things that I used to do, especially in the late 80s and through the 90s, when I wasn't buying a lot of records, when I started buying a lot of CDs, I got my first video tape machine. And in 1988, as a matter of fact. And so I obsessively just started to record anything that I found of interest on television, mostly related to music. And I've kept all those tapes, well over 300 plus tapes of that stuff, plus hundreds more videotapes of just music stuff I bought. And so what I've been doing is I've been going back through and I've been kind of cherry picking and putting on DVD stuff of interest that maybe this is the last time I'll watch it by transferring it to DVD. But that's what I'm doing. Some of what I watched yesterday, it's like there's a lot of music that I like, but I will not buy. Like for example, yesterday I came across this peace concert that happened in Moscow in I think 1989, and it was a big deal. It was on national television, and I taped it. I really enjoyed it yesterday, but I would never buy these people's records. Okay, I really enjoyed Cinderella. Their performance was awesome at this. Motley Crue kicked ass. Ozzy, Great set. Great set. And the band that destroyed them all was Scorpions. I'm glad I got it on the video. The Scorpions are amazing live. I've seen them live twice, but I'm not going to listen to them. It's just, it's not that I won't, it's that I don't want to. But watching is a different thing. I really enjoy video. I really do. Some other videos that I watched yesterday is I ended up pulling, besides that, some tapes from 1992, 93. So I was watching Frank Black, Suzanne Vega, live Red Hot Chili Peppers, some Tori Amos from the time, the Shaman, really enjoyed that. Then there was some metal, Coroner. I was getting into that. Some of the others' names are starting to escape me. Oh, some good old Depeche Mode. I love Depeche Mode. So that's some music I've been listening to. I want to close this video by stating again what to most of you is obvious, and to maybe some of you others that can't see, I have to state it again. My whole purpose of being here and talking and sharing is out of a concern and I want to be a positive presence. I'm not trying to spread negativeness and hate. I'm not trying to cause division, but I'm trying to say what I see, honestly. If that offends you, if you want to hate me, I'm sorry. But to my experience, what that says, it says a lot more about what's going on with you than what it is saying about me. Like I said, all I'm doing here is sitting here in my house making videos. You know what I'm saying? I think some of you people, not some of you people, but some people, okay, one more thing. An observation that I have made that I think is pretty true. Most of the time, bullies are actually attracted to the people they bully, and they can't stand it. They hate themselves. They're confused by it, and they hate that about themselves. They're actually attracted. I would not be surprised to find out that some of the folks that continue to watch me, who in your home throw darts at the screen or whatever you do, beneath it, you really like me. You love me. It's probably really making you go nuts now, huh?